That's a great shirt.
My name is Jun Jun Lopez, and I'm a first year, and I'm a CSE major. CSE? Yeah.
I'm Justin. I'm a bio major, and I'm a third year.
All right. So one thing that I've done is that I was actually an ASB president my 8th grade year, and then before that, I was actually ASB treasurer. So I actually know how to handle money in a way like that. You're not supposed to be doing it like towards the public, in a professional way. And I've noticed how your guys' style does it, and I'm kind of impressed. Like, I was actually like, dang, how you guys did it your first semester. That was pretty cool, right? Afterwards, like during my senior, like in high school, I wasn't a part of ASP anymore because I actually wanted to start my own club. So I was just a member for Best Buddies actually, and my older sister, she was the president. And then afterwards, when I become a part of something, I actually want to stick with it and make all my time and have like great time management for one thing that I specifically do. So that way, when I do like director of financial affairs, I want to be a part of the club and make sure that I'm able to just, just have all the time and just be a part of you guys and just have like great time. Yeah, I don't know.
So a little bit about me. I enjoy backpacking, snowboarding, studying, and reading. I have been a part of PAA for 3 years now, and I'm running for one of the directors of financial affairs along with Jun Jun. I'm running because I see the need of this position. There's a need for handling money. There's a need for someone to handle the budgeting. There's a need for someone to be the in-between guy when it comes to fundraising, with vendors like Fusion Cafe or Jams. I understand that the Director of Financial Affairs may need to make discerning decisions. I shadowed Justin and I learned what it really means to be the Director of Financial Affairs. And when handling money, caution often needs to be taking place, especially when large amounts are being dealt with, especially when it's being transferred or stored. Questions that require discernment on how a person can spend for a certain event are usually the main topic of concern. How much money will be given to a certain event? Does this really need, or does this person really need this item? How can we save money? Another main question is if person A has paid their dues yet. Have you paid your dues yet? These are all valid questions that the Director of Financial Affairs need to be asking themselves when making decisions. And they are also in charge of one sweet date. They need to meet weekly beforehand and make sure that the place for the event is reserved. They need to make sure that the supplies are ready and how food will be served if there will be any. I believe all these tasks require someone who can take initiative, someone who can get things done. Also, in order for the role to be played at its best, it requires someone who has experience in leadership. And I have goals that I am reaching for, and some that I have attained. My first year of college, opportunities came flying my way. On the 3rd week of college, one of my pastors from Central Presbyterian Church came up to me and said, "Hey, I've seen how you can lead. I know you can lead young men. Do you want to be a junior high youth group pastor? A youth group leader, not a pastor, I'm sorry." I saw this as an opportunity to start my journey in college as a leader and seized it right away. I led a group of 3 to 5 young men in Bible studies and activities and games. During my sophomore year in college, my staff member for InterVarsity came up to me and said, "I've seen you consistently attend meetings. You have a heart for God. You love the Filipino community. Why don't you be an apprentice for the Filipino-specific Bible study?" I saw this opportunity and took it right away. This year, I became an official leader. I led a few small groups, managed an outreach, and I'm currently leading one of our Friday events. I have also sought out my own opportunities on my own and was able to get them. I believe I have gained a fuller knowledge on certain aspects on how to be a leader. I believe I have learned how to communicate more efficiently. A leader needs to know how to communicate with his peers. I believe I have learned how to manage my time well. Balancing my time as a leader in IB, a volunteer in the Merced Medical Center, independent researcher in an organic chemistry lab, and a student studying for exams can be tough, but I have learned how to manage my time well. And now I'm looking for more ways I can learn. My thirst for knowledge can never be satiated. I want to be one of the directors for financial affairs to manage events like One Sweet Day and hold creative fundraisers for our Filipino community and club. I'm looking forward to making my last year on campus filled with joy and trial and errors. That's all.
Alright. One of the primary duties of financial chair is to make sure all funds are spent appropriately. What do you plan to do to ensure this happens?
That all fundraisers have.
That all funds are spent appropriately.
You know, that's something that that I actually got together with Bobby and Justin about. And sometimes there are people who ask for things that we can't give. So what I would do in that situation is I would explain why I can't budget for that certain item. And then if they still keep on going, then I'll just still hold my position.
I think another way that could be resolved is also speaking to like the executives and being able to communicate with them well in order for us to like be able to say that, oh, can we do this for our club, and make sure that everyone's like completely aware and involved of what we're being able to spend.
So I really admire you guys, that you guys do a lot of leadership, which I feel like can take you anywhere, no matter where you need to go, whether it's any of these positions up here on the trajectory. But specifically for finances, you know, all of us, let's say we paid a $20 deal, there's more than 50 of us in this room. That's a lot of money, and we have a lot of events going on, but I think one of the things that's necessary for financial affairs is to find ways to multiply that money. So it's never an issue of we're running out of money. Let's say we have an event in a month. What are some ideas that you guys already have other than fundraising at Wingstop to multiply?
You know, yeah, I was thinking of some fundraisers in the back of my head, and one of them is, you know, making lumpia, or like selling that.
No, it's cool. Because that, at the same time, informs people of the cultures.
Yeah.
So it's bad for you.
Bobby actually had a follow-up question. Okay. Grant?
So my question, a lot of our financial success this year was because of Bobby's experience with ASUCM and the school administration. He knows all of the bylaws and codes, and through him we've been able to avoid getting in trouble or breaking some sort of code, or even getting funds and kind of making our money and making sure it goes to the right channels. How would you go about gaining that knowledge, or perhaps creating a friendship with somebody who does have that knowledge?
I would knock on the door.
Bobby?
Yeah.
That's the knowledge.
Any other questions from the general members?
One of the things that I learned from the past year is that being financial chair also requires writing a lot of budget proposals and semesterly reports. Do you guys have any experience writing those reports, or do you guys have any ideas on how to make writing those reports easier?
I'm taking writing 100 now, and that's creative writing. That can help some ways. But making a budget report, I can learn from others. They can help me out. Right.
I think working together, that would be beneficial, like just separating work and just collaborating together, and like just meeting up in one spot and just helping each other out.
Thank you, guys.
Moving on to Chief of Staff.